So when did you first experience white light?
My first experience was between the ages of 5 and 7, I would say. And it came to me in a dream where I was in a room with no walls that was stark white and full of this energy, which I would say was that of pure love.
The energy of pure love. Where do you think it came from? I mean, how do you think that happened?
I'm not really sure how it happened. And that's always the interesting thing about spontaneous spiritual experiences. It feels like it comes from another place. I think it could possibly have even come from a household of a lot of trauma. And it's just one of those things where it helped me to redefine what love was, and it also left me in a state of disorientation for many years. It resurfaced in my adult life probably about 15 years ago, and at that time I didn't really have a support group. I didn't really know what happened to me, and so it just kind of sent me into a little tailspin. But I'm here now to help other people who are experiencing Kundalini awakening or spontaneous spiritual experience to understand the support.
So, I know there's Kundalini yoga. Is that another way to experience that kind of love energy? Is that what Kundalini is about when you do the practice of Kundalini yoga?
Yes, the Kundalini yoga, along with other forms of yoga, is a technology. These are technologies that enable the body to become strong so that they could be a vessel for this really high-powered, high-energy experience. It's not necessary to do Kundalini yoga to have that experience, but if you are doing yoga or meditation, that also would mean that it would imply you have a community of people that are supportive around you. What I'm seeing nowadays are more people are having the experience that don't have support systems, and so they go to the doctor, and the doctor might prescribe them something, and that's kind of a sad thing.
To go to the doctor, you mean they think something's wrong?
Yes. To imagine having an expanded awareness of yourself, like having a high-powered light focused on your being, your ego, your nature, the program, and suddenly you have this light that shows you every little detail. It could be very overwhelming, and it could send people into being tired. It could cause people to maybe even get sick, or have any number of experiences come over them that they can't really define, nor can their families define. And so it's a very common thing for maybe a family member to say, you look like you're really going through some depression, and maybe you need to get on some medication. I'm not disregarding medication for the right reasons, but what happens when you have a full-blown awakening, awareness moment of a reality that supersedes the reality of this three-dimensional mundane world, it's just so incredibly blissful and undefinable that it becomes like a dangling carrot. And to feel like you're never going to have that moment again of that pure bliss can actually become a very depressing reality.
So that's really interesting, because it's hard for me to imagine that experiencing pure love energy could end up making you feel depressed. That seems sort of counterintuitive.
Yes, because our physiology, our physical bodies, aren't necessarily in the good enough shape to hold the energy. And so it could dissipate, or what it is it's such an exalted experience of love, and then you get into the world and you see that that's not going on. You turn on your television, you watch, what Fox News is putting on there, just the dumbing down of human beings, and you've had this completely exalted feeling state. It could leave you in a state of just lack of hope.
That sounds like commentary on modern living.
Yes, it is.
As much as anything else.
Modern living is not supportive of awakening and expanded experiences of ourself. Fundamental religions aren't even really set up to help people and be responsible to that degree. It's really beyond that, because it's all inclusive. And for a moment to feel like, really I'm not entirely different from the structure of a tree. The tree has the sap as its blood, and I have, plasma and red blood cells, and the idea behind those things are the same. It's just the constitution of a tree is different than the constitution of me. And these are really deep understandings to contemplate what happens in some of these high-minded experiences of even, it's called Holy Spirit in some, or high pranic state, or super conscious, whatever it is it breaks down the barriers of what your reality is. So rather than saying, oh, I have a mouth with taste buds to taste my food, if it's good or if it's not good, what I like or what my likes and my dislikes, we ask the question much deeper than that and say, well, why did God give me this mouth anyway? What am I supposed to do with it? What am I supposed to do with this nose?
I think we're going to let you ponder that. And we're going to call it right there. Why did God give me this mouth?
Namaste. Have a wonderful day.
Namaste.